Joe Leigh here for SecondsOut. Junaid Bostan joins me now. Just obviously seeing your teammate Sonny Edwards get the win.
Hey, Anto, come here. Anto, he's a nightmare him. But yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, dressing room obviously with Sonny in here. And yeah, you're his teammate. You've known him for how long?
I've known him since I was 12-year-old. We started the gym around about the same time, and obviously I've grown and developed, well, seen him develop, and obviously watching him, I've developed a lot myself, and made up for him seeing how he's won here. He's done really, really well against a tough opponent who knocks most of his opponents out, and he's just put a clinic on, do you know what I mean? So it's a lot to learn from, and made up for him.
Yeah, you've known him since 12, so how long has that been? How old are you now?
Well, 8 years, yeah, around about 8 years, yeah. Around about now, yeah, so yeah, 8 years.
What do you say was the age where you realised you guys could, obviously you're with Matchroom, so I'm in Matchroom now as well, when you had the belief of you can get this far? He got his IBF ring at the weigh-ins, 3 title defences with a world title. Like, when did you clock this was going to happen?
I can speak on behalf of the boys. We've all got that confidence. We've all got that confidence. Like, I don't think we'd box if we didn't think so. Obviously, I've not achieved nothing yet, but obviously I know I've got the confidence, I've got the ability and the patience to get to the top. And obviously, when I'm seeing Sonny doing his thing, and I'm seeing Dalton, hopefully, God willing, he does his thing tomorrow, I'm watching him. Obviously, it gives me confidence that I'm going to do my thing too.
Yeah, what was your rate of his performance? Talk us through it from your perspective, obviously ringside.
10, complete 10. Obviously, we always like the cherry on the top of the knockout, but you don't need that when you're putting the clinic on. He was breezing through it. It was at times he was beating him at his own game, standing there with him, catching on the ropes, catching the shots, making his thing. But that's all because of Sonny's ability and obviously Grant Smith's plan. And obviously Grant Smith doesn't get enough credit. He's got a British champion in Dalton Smith. He's got Sonny, a world champion. Obviously he's got a good prospect in myself. I've got Florian obviously headlining in the WBC rankings, headlining Albania. Just because he's not very vocal on social media, I don't think he gets his credit enough.
Yeah, you mentioned to me a couple of days ago you and Sonny used to spar. Obviously you're a bit big now, but what was that like?
Nah, we're good. Listen, we're two gobshites, obviously. We used to give it each other, but believe it or not, I used to be around at the same time as him. I sparred until I got to about 60 kilos. But yeah, it was, listen, at the time, you don't really appreciate how much you're learning from him subconsciously, and I've learned so much from him. And obviously, we've got a similar style in the sense of how we move and we can switch hit, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, Julio Cesar Martinez fight or the Bam Bam fight. How do you see them both going? Obviously, world title fights at the highest of highs.
Well, Sonny could speak for himself. I know for a fact he'll tell you as it is. Bam's a harder fight than Martinez. It's probably an easier fight to make than Martinez. He runs rings around Martinez and he beats Bam. He's the #1 flyweight in the world, and he's just showing it again.
What can we expect from you next?
I'm out December 10th. I just announced it, so yeah, about time. But yeah, happy days. I'm out on December 10th on the Warrington card. I'm in a 6-rounder to end the year off. I've got 3 out of 3 with 3 stoppages, God willing. I get 4 out of 4. Nice one, Jamie. I get 4 out of 4 and hopefully another stoppage.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear, especially when you're early on in your career. December 10th is going to be a packed out arena as well, so you prepared to have that. It's probably the loudest crowd you're going to have fought in front of.
Listen, I'm excited to be on a card like that. I know that Leeds have got a mad atmosphere. I'm bringing a lot of man down myself, so yeah, it's going to be a good night. I fight at Southpaw. We're a winning record, something new, but nothing what I can't deal with, so we'll see December 10th.
How at this stage of your career are you preparing for fights? Obviously you want the stoppage, but you don't obviously always know how much your opponent's going to bring, what they're going to bring, what they're like inside of that.
I just go in. I just bring the best of myself on the night, and I see how it unfolds. That's all I do.
It's going to unfold.
Pardon?
It's going to unfold.
Oh God willing, definitely a definite win. A definite win. But listen, I won't complain having 4 out of 4 for this year on stoppages, so we'll have to wait and see.
Appreciate your time, brother.